up, guys, and welcome back. This will be episode 3 of Dragon Age Origins. I just want to let you guys know that I've been messing with my audio settings because I'm not fully happy with the way my mic sounds. I'm using this program called Sonar for Gamers. I have all my specs and stuff listed in the description of each of my videos. But I use that to tune the mic, and I've been trying different presets for the tuning, and that's why things may sound different. So I apologize in advance if some videos are higher volume in general than others. So I just want to say, please bear with me while I figure out what the best audio situation is for me. But last time we left off, we had just finished speaking with first Enchanter Irving and Duncan, and we're supposed to escort Duncan to his rooms apparently. So let me see if they have anything else to say.
Don't dawdle.
Never mind.
Thank you for walking with me. I'm glad for the company.
Of course. And I also noticed that during the first video that I uploaded of Dragon Age, and even on my personal monitor, it's very dark. So in the post-processing of the second video, in the editing, I tried to up the brightness a bit. I will do the same with the following videos. I wanted to talk to you a little more.
Yes? What about?
Have there been many Darkspawn attacks?
A horde has formed within the Korkari Wilds in the south. If they are not stopped, they will strike north into the valley. We Grey Wardens believe that an archdemon is leading the horde.
Archdemon?
Darkspawn do attack the surface in ragtag bands, but archdemons are capable of rallying the Darkspawn, turning them into an unstoppable force. A horde of Darkspawn, a veritable army. It is dire news indeed. I fear this is what we will have to face.
I know that in the last video we did read the codex about the Blight and how the lore / religion of Andraste and the Maker is tied to the Blight. And I keep wondering, what is the actual truth behind it? Because there has to be a grain of truth to, the story. But I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to get answers, considering Veilguard is the last... I'm guessing the last game in the Dragon Age series. But I don't think we're going to get an answer for a lot of the doubts and just questions that I have. And the king is mustering an army to beat back this threat?
Yes, perhaps it will be enough if we play our cards right.
Why were Irving and Gregoire arguing about the war?
It is not my place to comment.
Of course. Please, I'd like to know.
Gregor serves the Chantry, and the relationship between the Chantry and mages has always been strained. You've realized by now that the Chantry merely tolerates magic?
Yep.
They watch only because they feel they must.
I mean, we did learn how the Circle of Magi was, I guess, founded, which was the mages' effort to gain some independence from the Chantry, but it definitely backfired on them. Clearly, because the major conflict, at least for Dragon Age 2, well, it really did start in this game. It got really prevalent in Dragon Age 2, and then, of course, Dragon Age Inquisition starts after the event, but there was still stuff happening, which was the Mage Rebellion and the war between the Templars and the mages. And it's just, this world treats mages... It's just the whole system just needs to get redone completely, in my opinion. And we see why, right, throughout the books, or rather throughout, well, yes, the books, because I've read the Dragon Age books. The only one I'm missing is Neverwinter Nights, the short story collection, but specifically I meant to say the games. Yes, but they were arguing about the war.
Any mages who join the king's army can unleash their full power on the Darkspawn. In fact, I'm counting on it. Gregor may be afraid of what will happen. What if the mages decide they no longer want to be governed by the Chantry?
Oh my god. This game has such good foreshadowing for a lot of things, which is why I'm so happy that I'm playing it again after having finished the entirety of the three games. What are your opinions on the matter?
I believe we must defeat the Darkspawn, one way or another. My opinions end there.
Fair, and also very, very smart.
Yes, let's.
Ooh, new codex. Darkspawn. Those who had sought to claim heaven by violence destroyed it. What was golden and pure turned black. Those who had once been mage lords, the brightest of their age, were no longer men, but monsters. Thernitis 12:1. Sin was the midwife that ushered the Darkspawn into this world. The Magisters fell from the Golden City, and their fate encompassed all our worlds, for they were not alone. No one knows where the Darkspawn come from. A dark mockery of men in the darkest places they thrive, growing in numbers as a plague of locusts will. In raids, they will often take captives, dragging their victims alive into the deep roads, but most evidence suggests that these are eaten. Like spiders, it seems Darkspawn prefer their food still breathing. Perhaps they are simply spawned by the darkness. Certainly, we know that evil has no trouble perpetuating itself. The last blight was in the Age of Towers, striking once again at the heart of Neverwinter, spreading south into Orlais and east into the Free Marches. The plague spread as far as Ferelden, but the withering and twisting of the land stopped well beyond our borders. Here, Darkspawn have never been more than the stuff of legends. In the northern lands, however, particularly to Neverwinter and the Anderfels, they say Darkspawn haunt the hinterlands, preying on outlying farms and isolated villages, a constant threat. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Patrine, Chantry scholar. I wonder why they mainly focused in the north. And through one of the journal entries, one of the codexes rather, I think it was the one we learned about the blight. It talked about the old god Dumat and how he was the god of silence and how he was turned into the dragon that they follow, basically. And I know that they were saying that, I think from my understanding, Dumat resided in Neverwinter. So maybe that's why? Because the focus of the horde is over there, like the nest. But I don't know. Also, playing this in BG3 at the same time is not a good idea. Because of the controls. Blood magic, the forbidden school. Foul and corrupt are you who have taken my gift and turned it against my children. Transfigurations 1810. The ancient Neverwinters did not originally consider blood magic a school of its own. Rather, they saw it as a means to achieve greater power in any school of magic. The name, of course, refers to the fact that magic of this type uses life, specifically in the form of blood instead of mana. It was common practice at one time for a magister to keep a number of slaves on hand so that, should he undertake the working of a spell that was physically beyond his abilities, he could use the blood of his slaves to bolster the casting. Over time, however, the Imperium discovered types of spells that could only be worked by blood. Although Lyrium will allow a mage to send his conscious mind into the Fade, blood would allow him to find the sleeping minds of others, view their dreams, and even influence or dominate their thoughts. Just as treacherous, blood magic allows the veil to be opened completely so that demons may physically pass through it into our world. The rise of the Chant of Light and the subsequent fall of the Old Imperium has led to blood magic being all but stamped out, as it should be, for it poses nearly as great a danger to those who would practice it as to the world at large. From the Forest Schools, a treatise by first enchanter Josephus. So a couple things came to mind. One is that I speak a lot about the oppression of mages and how things really do need to change for things to get better in the world of Thedas. And I do have to admit I have a bias for mages versus Templars. And I know that is not like, I was going to say that is not a popular opinion. I think among the people that I surround myself with and among like the, communities that I participate in, I think that's a pretty popular choice, but I have heard arguments for pro Templar. And like, I get what they mean, because also in the world of Thedas, Volume 1, it was spoken, the devs spoke about how they wanted to make a fantasy world in which magic was truly dangerous, and how they wanted people to feel the impact and the weight of how dangerous magic is in a fantasy setting, which I think they did a superb job of. But I wanted to say that because this is the opposite of what I want for mages, right? We have the two extremes. The extreme oppression of the mages because of the Chantry and because of the Templars. And then we have the extreme freedom and almost like idolization of magic and how powerful you can be in the Tevinter Imperium, right? I believe there has to be a healthy middle ground. And of course, there will be outliers. There will be people who are just power hungry, and that doesn't matter because people are just like that. But I'm saying that it is a dangerous combination to have like a power hungry magic user, right? Because they have all that magic at their disposal and they can really do or they can really wreak havoc. So that I wanted to point that out, that like that's not necessarily what I want for mages. There has to be some sort of regulation, but also it can't be the complete oppression that they're under the Chantry. The other thing that came to mind was this. I don't know that this gets touched upon or really focused on in their later games. Maybe Dragon Age 2, because it was developed very quickly and pretty closely after the publishing, after Dragon Age Origins came out. If I remember correctly, I do think it gets mentioned there, but it kind of gets dropped in Inquisition. And that could be because we get the point of view of Solus, who does add a bit of nuance to the magical discussion that is happening around blood magic. So I think blood magic by itself, when not used for power, is just like any other magic. As long as, of course, as you're like not actually harming people or making like blood sacrifices, which I think Solus speaks about a lot. But this is like the worst that you can do with blood magic and why it was banned, obviously. So I think this was really, really interesting to me. Oh, I think we have one. For Duncan, I think I already read this. Oh, I read the first part. Okay, so Grim and taciturn, Gregor has been Knight Commander of the Templar forces, stationed at the Circle Tower for so many years that hardly anyone except the first Enchanter recalls that he is not simply part of the tower itself. First Enchanter Irving. There is no higher office in a Circle Tower than that of First Enchanter. The one who holds this title must not only be an able administrator, but also a mentor, leader, and surrogate parent to all the mages of the tower, which is so sad to think about. Irvin has proven himself to be all these things with an added dose of cunning. Most apprentices know that little goes on in the tower that Irvin does not know. He can soothe Templars angered by some childish magical prank at the same time that he laws the pranksters, and everyone walks away satisfied. Duncan. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. Like many others, Duncan gave up his family name when he joined the ranks of the Wardens, a symbolic gesture of cutting ties. He might say this was a convenience in his case, however. His mother was from the Anderfells, his father from Tevinter. His childhood was spent in the Free Marches and Erlay. His people were everywhere, and his homeland was nowhere. He was given the almost impossible task of leading the Wardens in Ferelden, a kingdom that had thrown the Order out 200 years earlier. Facing local suspicion and hostility, he set about finding recruits. I was not aware of that, and it's very intriguing that already happened in Ferelden, because you can actually choose to do that in Inquisition. That's a choice that you have. I was not aware of that. That's so cool. Okay. Sorry for like the long intro with all the reading and discussion. Can he talk to you?
Third floor is off limits till dinner time. First Enchanter's orders.
Okay, thank you. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for the camera stuff. Like, I'm still trying to get used to it because I've been playing, obviously, BG3, like I've mentioned a bajillion times before. And the controls are, like, similar, but also very, very different. And I find myself clicking things with the wrong buttons in this game. Okay, where am I supposed to go? Okay, gotcha.
You can, come and talk to me anytime you like.
Okay, here we
Thank
are.
you for escorting me.
Of course. The Grey Wardens. The First Blight had already raged for 90 years. The world was in chaos. A god had risen, twisted and corrupted. The remaining gods of Tevinter were silent, withdrawn. What writing we have recovered from those times is filled with despair, for everyone believed, from the greatest archons to the lowliest slaves, that the world was coming to an end. At Weissout Fortress in the desolate Anderfells, a meeting transpired. Soldiers of the Imperium, seasoned veterans who had known nothing their entire lifetimes except hopeless war, came together. When they left Weissout, they had renounced their oaths to the Imperium. They were soldiers no longer. They were the Grey Wardens. The Wardens began an aggressive campaign against the Blight, striking back against Darkspawn, reclaiming lands given up for lost. The Blight was far from over, but their victories brought notice, and soon they received aid from every nation in Thedas. They grew in number as well as reputation. Finally, in the year 992 of the Tevinter Imperium, upon the Silent Plains, they met the archdemon Dumont in battle. A third of all the armies of northern Thedas were lost to the fighting, but Dumont fell, and the Darkspawn fled back underground. Even that was not the end. The Imperium once revered 7 gods: Dumont, Zazakel, Toth, Andorol, Razakael, Luzakan, and Earthamiel. 4 have risen as archdemons. The Grey Wardens have kept watch through the ages, well aware that peace is fleeting and that their war continues until the last of the dragon gods is gone. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Patrine, Chantry Scholar. There's a popular theory that the 7 gods are part of the lost / forbidden gods or something like that. I don't know too much about them specifically. Others say that it could be the elven gods that are locked behind the veil. I don't know what I think. I need to learn more about each of them individually and why they rose up as archdemons. And also, after playing the Descent, you know, they we also learned about the Titans. So I'm just very confused about the lore in this game, which I personally really like because it does provide a space for like theories and stuff, which obviously has been going on for years and years and years. But I just like reading about the theories and such.
Is there something else I can do for you?
What's happening outside the tower?
Ah, I imagine you don't leave very often, do you?
Nope. Apprentices are not allowed to leave.
I am not a good source of news, I fear. I am preoccupied with the Darkspawn incursion.
Makes sense. Very fair. How many mages have joined the king's army?
When the king sent out the call, the Circle of Ferelden sent only 7 mages to Ostagar. I asked King Kaelin's permission to come and seek a greater commitment from the Circle.
7 is quite a few.
I hope to place a mage or 2 within every contingent. I cannot do with just 7. Mages will make all the difference in this battle. The Darkspawn have their own magic, and our resources must exceed theirs.
Do you think I could join the army?
I don't know. Do you?
Yes, I think I could help.
Then perhaps I shall speak to Irving about this later. Darkspawn are a greater threat than blood mages, even abominations. It takes decades for the world to recover from a blight. I wish the Chantry could see that. We must stop at nothing to defeat the Darkspawn. Listen to me. An old man's rantings can't be very interesting.
But they are. It was actually quite interesting, but I should go. I learned much from what you said. As an apprentice, old men talking have defined my life. That is very true, but no. I learned much from what you said.
You are too kind.
Can you tell me more about Grey Wardens and Darkspawn?
Certainly. I am intimately familiar with these subjects after all.
Have there been many Darkspawn attacks?
A horde has formed within the Korkari wilds in the south. If they are not stopped, they will strike north into the valley. We Grey Wardens believe that an archdemon is leading the horde.
I already asked this earlier. Okay. I thought I asked what an archdemon was, so let's just choose. I thought the Darkspawn had been driven away.
We can't seem to eradicate them completely. Somehow they always come back.
Which is, like, why? Like, what, how? Why? And how? That is really my question to that. I've heard about Darkspawn sightings, but an entire horde?
They usually move around in small groups, but there are always more of them, lurking underground, and the option to...
Oh, what is happening with the audio? Is this like a bug of the vanilla game? Do I need to download a mod for it? Oh, geez, that's gonna be really annoying. I thought the Darkspawn were destroyed in the last blight.
Demon was one such. Irving has taught you well, I see. I imagine you don't leave.
I think I'm gonna have to leave this conversation.
Of course. Don't let me keep you.
What was that? That was gibberish. Oh my god. Okay, I'll just leave then. Goodbye. Hello.
I'm glad I caught up to you. Are you done talking with Irving?
Hello again, Joan.
I need to talk to you. Do you remember what we discussed this morning?
Why are you whispering? It looks very suspicious.
Shh! I just want to make sure we're not overheard. We should go somewhere else. I don't feel safe talking here.
You're starting to worry me, Joan.
I've been troubled. I'll explain. Come with me, please.
Okay. Weird.
We should be safe here.
In the chapel, the Templar's favorite haunt.
We can see the door from here. If anyone comes, we'll change the subject.
And who are you?
A few months ago, I told you that I met a girl. This is Lily.
What? This fat cow is your lover. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is all so mean. Initiate, that's forbidden. I was beginning to doubt her existence. My condolences, Lily.
Very funny.
I know. You can't have brought me here to chat about love.
I wish that was the only thing I needed to talk about. Remember I said that I didn't think they wanted to give me my harrowing? I know why. They're going to make me tranquil. They'll take everything that I am from me. My dreams, hopes, fears, my love for Lily. All gone.
Wait. But why are they trying to make you tranquil? That sounds terrible.
They'll extinguish my humanity. I'll just be a husk, breathing and existing, but not truly living.
Why would they do this to you?
There's a rumor about me. People think I'm a blood mage. They think that making me a circle mage will endanger everyone.
You know, I wonder if he was a blood mage or if he turned into a blood mage after the circle. And are they right about that?
Of course not. But it's not safe here for me anymore. I need to escape. I need to destroy my phylactery. Without it, they can't track me down. We need your help. Lily and I can't do this on our own.
Give us your word that you will help, and we will tell you what we intend.
Dude, they could literally murder me for helping you guys. But can't you just explain everything to someone?
If we tell anyone, Lily will be punished. If you care about what happens to me, help us.
Why would she be punished? Oh my god. This is just like, oh, Jesus Christ. I really don't want to get involved because, I mean, knowing what happens later, you know, but also be made tranquil is not a good thing. Obviously. I need to think this over.
I suppose that's fair. But please, give us your answers soon. Time is running out.
My God. The Tranquil. Although apprentices do not know the nature of the harrowing, we'll always struggle with that word, all of them understand its consequences. They either pass and become full mages, or they are never seen again. Those who fear to undertake this rite of passage, or those who are deemed too weak or unstable, are given the right of tranquility instead. This is my problem, okay? This is my problem with the harrowing. Of course, people will be scared that, you know, about the harrowing. Of course. You're literally telling them you have a certain amount of time to pass this test. If you don't pass this test, you disappear. No one will hear from you ever again. Your immediate thought is they're gonna kill me. So obviously none of them want to take this test for fear of failing it. And then the worst part about it is that the harrowing is kept a secret, like the entire process. So no one can like mentally prepare for this, which is so asinine to me. Like, oh my God. And then either you get turned into an abomination and get cut down, or you are given the right of tranquility. This is ridiculous, honestly. The actual procedure, like the harrowing, is secret, but the results are just as well known. The rite severs connection to the Fade. The tranquil, therefore, do not dream. This removes the greatest danger that threatens a weak or unprepared mage, the potential to attract demons across the veil. But this is the least of tranquility's effects. For the absence of dreams brings with it the end of all magical ability, as well as all emotion. This is the other part that I find very, very interesting. If you played, obviously, Dragon Age Inquisition, which I hope most of you have, otherwise I've been spoiling everything. Solus talks about how he felt like everyone in the world, once he woke up from Uthanera, was tranquil for this very reason. Because apparently, if I remember correctly, and unless this is like fan fiction stuff, elves before the veil, they were able to feel emotions like in the air. It was like basically like in their aura. So with the veil, or rather with the fade hidden behind the veil, magic is no longer in the air, right? So the emotions are contained within us. They're not really shown outward like they were before the veil. So for Solus, a lot of people, well, all of Thedas was tranquil in his opinion, until obviously like through character development he learned that no, it's just consequences of the veil. But my thing is, okay, if that is the case, we must still, obviously, for magic to exist outside of the veil, and for mages to still be a thing, there has to be some sort of connection that can bypass the veil to access the fade. And I wonder what that is, and how strong it is, and why some people are mages and why some people aren't, but they still have a connection to the fade, so they can still dream, and they still have emotions. But then the dwarves don't dream, and they have emotions. So it's all very, very interesting. The tranquil, ironically, resemble sleepwalkers, never entirely awake nor asleep. They are still part of our circle, however, and some might say they are the most critical part. This enrages me. They have incredible powers of concentration, for it is simply impossible to distract a tranquil mage, and this makes them capable of becoming craftsmen of such skill that they rival even the adeptness of the dwarves. Therefore, Mary, the branch of the circle devoted to item enchantment, is made up exclusively of tranquil, and is the source of all the wealth that sustains our towers. From On Tranquility and the Role of the Fade in Human Society by first enchanter Josephus. This is the crux of it, right? Like, this is the problem with all of this. They use the tranquil as pack mules. They use them as just free labor, slave labor, basically. And because they can't complain, because they have no emotions, because they can concentrate so well, it's like the previous episode I questioned, do they even feel fatigue, right? Do they even feel that? And if so, or rather, if they don't physically feel it and they just keep going and going and going, they're probably worked to the bone, right? Like, this is the whole problem with the tranquil. I mean, the circle, the Chantry, which is obviously in charge of the circle, it's like these are our money-making machines, right? Like, oh my god, it's so frustrating. Like, no wonder people like rebelled. Duh, clearly. Like, this is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. You can choose to help Joan and Lily, but you could also consider alerting the circle to their plan. I'm not doing that, so I guess I'm gonna have to help them.
Are you going to help us?
I need to talk to you about something, Joan.
Really? What?
Do you know where your family is?
No, and I don't care. Why?
I don't believe you've ever talked about your family.
I don't really want to think about them. I came here a year or so before you did. I must have been 5 or 6 years old. Mother stopped talking to me after I showed signs of magical ability. She wouldn't even look at me. She'd mutter under her breath that I was a demon child and an abomination in the Maker's sight.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That's cruel.
Mother could be cruel, especially if you got on her bad side, which was easy to do. She'd fight with my father, saying that she didn't want that thing, meaning me, in her house.
Oh my god.
Guess that's what drove him to leave me at the village Chantry. I suppose it's just as well. It's the past.
It's so sad. It is so sad that this is like a truth for a lot of mages, right? Because magic and obviously mages are so hated by society because of the threat of abominations, blood magic, you know, all that jazz, to have your own mother treat you as as an object, as a demon. Like, that's crazy. Are you sure they're going to make you tranquil?
Lily wouldn't jest about something like this.
I saw it plain as day. There was no mistake. And Gregor believes he does the Maker's work, keeping the mages in check.
How did you meet Lily?
She was saying the chant of light in the chapel one night while I was walking past. I've heard that chant many times, but I never realized how beautiful the words were until then. I'll never forget that night.
What? No. Stop it. You're making me ill.
So, have you decided?
Okay, fine. You have my word. I will help you.
Thank you. We will never forget this.
So what do you intend to do?
I can get us into the repository, but there is a problem. There are 2 locks on the phylactery chamber door. The first enchanter and knight commander each hold 1 key. But it is just a door. There is power enough in this place to destroy all of Ferelden. What's a door to mages?
Are you suggesting we break through it?
I once saw a rod of fire melt through a lock. You could get one from the stockroom, but Owain doesn't release such things to apprentices.
Let's not waste more time then.
We should stay here. 1 mage at the stockroom will attract less attention than a mage, an apprentice, and an initiate.
So I have to do all the dirty work?
I'd go with you, but it would look suspicious.
Good luck. Our prayers go with you.
Like, I get it, bro. I get it. I really, really do. I understand it. It's just a lose-lose situation, you know? Oh my god. Is the game? Why is the game stuttering? Game? I'll be right back. Okay, so I restarted the game, but the game is still doing these, like, I don't know, skipping frames? It wasn't doing this before. Nothing has changed. I don't know why it's doing this. So this will probably be a very uneventful episode while I figure out what this is. But we'll continue for now. Because genuinely nothing has happened besides me just chatting your ear off. So...
Yes?
Who are you?
Senior Enchanter Leora, in charge of the Circle's laboratory. Is there something you want?
Why aren't you letting anyone into the cavern stores?
There are just things in there that I would prefer to keep safe.
Keep safe? Aren't the Circle's stores meant to be used?
Yes, but I am in the midst of stock taking, checking inventory, and I can't let anyone in there in case they mess things up. Yes.
So why are you out here and not in there?
Because I am taking a break. I hate the musty smell of caves, and Look, I'll tell you the truth. Just keep it to yourself. There is an infestation of spiders in the caves. I don't know how they got in there, but it's probably my fault. I was promoted to Senior Enchanter less than a fortnight ago, and I don't want anyone to find out. They'll think I'm incompetent.
Do you need any help?
I could use some, I'm sure. I've been too busy with my new duties. I haven't been able to deal with the spiders. If you cleared them out for me, I would owe you a favor. A big one.
All right. Or rather, is that all?
I really have nothing to offer you. There are things in the storerooms, of course, but I'm not at liberty to just give them away.
All right, I'll do it.
Wonderful. Here is the key. Oh, and be careful in there. I'd really like to keep the damage done to the Circle's property to a minimum.
Another supporting evidence that the Circle does not have proper procedures in place, because she got promoted and apparently she didn't get trained to do her job properly, which is interesting.
As you say.
Okay, is it still stuttering? It is why? I'm so confused.
Very well.
If anyone has any idea why it's doing this and can tell me, please let me know. This is incredibly frustrating. Do you have anything that will aid me? Oh, mage ropes. Here we go. I look nice. Fire resistance. 3 defense. 1 magic. Nice. Okay, lesser healing potion. Lesser lyrium potion. Yeah, I wasn't doing this before. I wonder why it's doing that now. I'm so sorry. This is bothering me. I can imagine that it's very bothersome to you guys. Oh my god. If I had a face cam, you guys would have seen me like almost jump out of my chair. Oh my god, why would it do that?
What manner of beast is this?
My god, like why would you do that? You scared me, dude.
No! Don't give them the advantage!
You're so loud,
Foolish.
too. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Giant spider. Giant spiders tend to appear in old ruins and other places where the veil has become thin because of magical disturbances or a great number of deaths. In such places, spirits and demons pass into the world of the living and attempt to take control over living beings, spiders among them. Not all scholars accept this explanation for the presence of these beasts, however. Some claim that the thinning veil allows magic to leak from the Fade, tainting such creatures as these spiders to transform into larger and more potent creatures than they ever would become naturally. While such spiders are known to possess powerful poisons and the ability to fling their webs at opponents in combat, studies of them have been few and the full range of their abilities are unknown. Oh, Rage Demon. Encountered in the Fade, the true form of Rage Demon is a frightening sight. A thing of pure fire, its body seemingly made of amorphous lava, and its eyes 2 pinpricks of baleful light radiating from its core. The abilities of such a demon center on the fire it generates. It burns those who come near, and the most powerful of its kind are able to lash out with bolts of fire and even firestorms that can affect entire areas. Fortunately, even powerful rage demons are less intelligent than most other varieties. Their tactics are simple: attack an enemy on sight with as much force as possible until it perishes. Some rage demons carry over their heat-based abilities into possessed hosts, but otherwise the true form is mostly seen outside of the Fade when it's specifically summoned by a mage to do his bidding. I'll read the other 2 later. Oh no, there's gonna be another one, isn't there? Oh, I knew it.
Careful now. No! No quarter shall
Blocked?
be given.
Oh.
Ah! As you say. Back! Get off!
Okay. 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 I hate this. I hate this so much. I hate this so much.
What manner of beast is this?
It's a giant spider, which I hate.
Best be wary. Now you fall!
Please, please. Oh my god.
Just won the day.
I hate
Good,
this. I
another
hate
down.
this so much. Please stop. Please stop. Oh my god, this is so scary. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Oh no, I'm not doing that. No, get away. There's a wooden chisel. Please don't. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this so much. I hate this. Is there gonna be another one? No, please.
Be careful now.
Oh my god. Oh, why are you so loud?
Watch out! Damn you! Missed! Excellent.
Oh my god, let's get out of
We
here.
must gain the advantage.
There's another one over there. No,
What
stop.
manner of beast
Ooh. Oh, there's two.
is this?
There's two. There's one. Oh no. Okay.
It is begun. Enough!
Oh, stop.
If we must fight, let us
Stop, stop. Oh my god.
do it quickly. Blast! Foolish! Now we do battle! Fine thing we've done. Good! Another down!
Oh, the stuttering is getting
It shall be done.
worse.
Very well.
Okay, honestly, guys, I might just have to finish this earlier. I really might just have to finish this earlier than I was expecting.
It is begun.
And I forgot to do the rock armor. Yeah, I'm gonna have to finish this because this is really bothering me. I will research the issue and hopefully by episode 4 we will have a more action-packed episode, and also the stuttering will be gone. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.